And hello, and welcome to the Bus Factor. So this week, unfortunately, Stephen's not away, but we've managed to get another co-worker. How would you like to introduce yourself?
I'd prefer if you did it, you.
All right. Do you want your name or your nick?
Like I said, I'd prefer you do it, you.
All right. Well, everyone, give a big round of applause for Ian.
Hi guys, very privileged to be in this situation. There's things on my list that I've wanted to tick off in my life. This in the last 3 months has definitely got to the top of that list. So to all the haters, fuck you. And just, life's good right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. So you're basically a long-time listener of the Bus Factor.
To be honest, I'd say long-time listener / researcher, but I've never gotten those props live on air. Endless nights, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, just researching topics. I'm not going to name a few just in case, because we're not sponsored by them. So
no sponsors, no sponsors.
Looking for sponsors, but not sponsors. Patreon is, from what I understand.
Yeah, we are on Patreon. Patreon / the Bus Factor. Well, patreon.com / the Bus Factor. We also have a website, thebusfactor.party. You can find just everything on there. And you're watching us on Twitch at the moment, or YouTube maybe.
Let me just jump in there very quickly, talking about buses and bus factors. I'm going to use this time that I have also to complain about a lot of problems I have with life.
Whoa.
Yes.
All right.
One of those is not just the fact that buses run red lights, which is not good. Another is the speed in which they drive rattles me.
Yeah.
The speed I saw a bus drive past there now. And
well, this area is only 30k. You can see the large 30 on the road.
They're not going 30, believe me.
No, they're probably going closer to 50.
Easily. And that's something that annoys me.
Yeah. So that sounds good. Should we get started with the show?
I think we should.
We've got a weird clicking in the headphones. Maybe it seems to be with mine. Weird. Hello. Yeah, that sounds better. So this week we've got quite a bit of news actually. You've also contributed to the news.
Have I? Oh, yes, I have hugely.
Oh, yeah.
Hugely.
And we actually got some news less than 10 minutes ago. Oh, and we also need to keep an eye on the buses.
This is true.
I keep forgetting this. Because
one could happen now. One could happen. Nah.
We also have a live replay, which I'll actually test now. Oh, yeah, that works. That looks kind of weird. So in the top right corner, it's the live replay.
You'd almost think we work in IT to be able to do that. Wow, there's like 3 going there.
So you see that?
Is that a replay of a replay?
Oh, yeah, would do a replay of a replay.
You just did a replay of that's serious Inception shit.
So we can test this.
What'sception?
So once this bus takes off, we're going to do a quick live test.
All the fans waiting with anticipation.
Oh, I know, right? Oh.
Now they can finally put down their other screen they have that they used to replay stuff with.
Right. This bus is taking off. So they cross the line. We'll switch to that. And then up there.
Can you do it once more after the fact as well, too?
Well, you can. I want to see this Inception because I didn't see it. And now it takes off. So it's like 20-ish seconds.
Wow.
Oh, man. If we just stay on this page, we will actually just keep going down and down and down.
To anybody tuning in right now,
how far down
you don't have bad vision. That is 3 replays. That is just a replay within a replay.
Oh, it's popped up a thing. Maybe it doesn't like this.
No, I don't think it does either. That is absolutely... That's technology at its finest. And the funny thing is, we're actually looking at a screen when we could, in fact, just be looking outside and seeing it live.
Oh, yeah. So the thing is, real life is so much better. I'm going to switch back to this thing because that's quite weird to watch. Inception. But yeah, we do have a live replay. Not sure how I can get around the weird Inception thing.
I don't know either. I've spent most of my life not dealing with videos.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to deal with videos, if that's the best way I can put it.
Well, this is quite new to me as well. So this isn't actually my first podcast, or I guess back when I first did it, we called it a radio station. But this is my first video podcast. But the video is not really important here unless you like buses, which we like buses, I think. But yeah, so we actually did get some news 10 minutes ago. And the news was a new ransomware came out recently. N-Ransom. Has anyone heard of N-Ransom, I wonder? Have you heard of N-Ransom?
Because it was 10
before
minutes.
10
Yeah,
minutes
but see,
ago.
before 10 minutes ago, I didn't, unfortunately. I was prepping.
Yeah, so this it's an interesting ransomware. So it's instead of sending Bitcoin out, you send 10 nudes. That's naked photos of yourself.
Sorry, can I stop you right now? Are we allowed to talk about this?
We're not allowed to talk about sexual things.
So what do you classify this as?
Oh, I'm not too sure. We'll quickly pull up a web page. Actually, we're allowed to at the moment because we're not publishing on iTunes yet.
Okay. But if once we get famous, we might have to mute this part.
Yeah.
Even though we are famous. Sorry, apologies.
Yeah, I suppose we can
More
always
famous.
just mute it.
We put on something like the cockroach. That song, the cockroach.
Yeah, just throughout this entire thing. Oh, there's a bus.
Oh, lads, there's a crash going on here. Something serious. What's going on down there?
That's good. So have we got a name for those cars?
If I was part of New Zealand First, I'd say something along the lines of effing tourists, because it's rockets down there.
Oh, that is a rocket. Yeah.
But I'm not. Just for for everyone out there, I love tourists.
Oh, we've got a chat already. Oh, you're a different color on the main chat. That's really small. People can't really see who it is. Oh, this guy. That is just. Do you think that's a red light?
I think, yeah.
I think
Look
that's
at
a
this.
red
Look
light.
at that. That's just absolutely taking the mick.
I reckon we'll add that up.
You wouldn't even read about it. You
Oh,
talk about it though,
one.
because we are.
Just the one. I think that's the first. There might be another. Yeah. So 10 nudes. Would you be comfortable sending 10 nudes of yourself to get whatever files you have back?
You see, I wouldn't, but I would. My thoughts on this are that shit happens, and sometimes other shit is just bigger than shit. And that's medium shit to me. I think I'd do it and just be like, whatever. I think if you own, I'll tell you, my point is, if you own it, then the taboo of what it is gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, my thinking is I can just find nudes and send those nudes off and pretend they're me.
Well, what I could do...
You just need to find 10 of the same person.
Okay, yes. Or what I could do is, again, like you say, find 10 nudes.
That was a tail.
That was
I'm
definitely...
going to call the tail. Oh, we can actually... Should we do it? Play. Boom. Oh, so
Can you do one more just in case, just for the other listeners that just didn't see that?
It'll come up here, I think. So you got to like look real carefully.
Oh, wow.
Right there. So that's actually like a double instant replay.
I just kind of say that might be a world first. Whether you're watching soccer, rugby, cricket, has anyone ever seen a replay within a replay? We'd like you to email that to dave.robinson@zxsecurity.co.nz.
Oh. So yeah, pretty much anything at the busfactor.party.
Oh, true. Yes. Well, I was about to say something very intellectual a minute ago.
Busfactor.party. Huh? Oh, did I say .com? Busfactor.party, I mean. I was thinking party in my head.
Oh, I was coming up. Oh, yes. So you're talking about, okay, what I could do with those nudes is actually get my partner, being a graphic designer, to find some very strapping male.
I thought you were going to say something else, like get your partner.
No. You can think that if you want. I was going to get my partner to work her magic and get on the photoshopping buzz and just make me look absolutely like an Adonis, and then send those back to people.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know?
Oh, this guy. Boom, that's red. and we'll get an instant replay.
The lady wasn't even happy with that.
Instant replay up the top there. Instant replay. Oh, it's too soon. Here we go. That was a red. We can go back to that scene and bus count up to 3. What do you reckon we'll get up to this week?
I think being Irish, that luck of the Irish thing might work today.
Yeah,
I think if we don't get past 15, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. And
so last week I think we only got 9 from memory.
And to be honest, my mom and dad willingly, because they wanted to, are up to listen to this live.
So they're watching live?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're from a small community back home, 300 people, and there's a big, a small cinema in the area. So I have that broadcasting for them. Free. If anyone's in Ireland listening, €4 for a free breakfast, Irish breakfast, and a cup of coffee, and it's streamed live. So get down there while you can. Quartermac Sherry, good spot.
Gonna point out there that is not a sponsor of the Bus Factor.
No, definitely not. Whoa.
That would be a good sponsor, just weirdly from
International.
Ireland.
International sponsor
for a Wellington podcast. I'd like that.
Yep. So anyway, news.
Yeah, news. We do have some other news apart from in ransom. I just thought that was kind of gimmicky, like kind of weird. We might have to cut that out. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. They should know. Everyone driving a vehicle should know the length of their vehicle, I feel.
Oh, definitely. So the first original light is also turning red like a couple of seconds before. We really need to get
this is true.
B-roll
This is true.
for
Yeah.
showing the difference between the lights that the bus driver sees than the next light.
That might be a task for next week.
Yeah, maybe. I've thought of doing it pretty much every week, but I feel like
Every
it's
night
all
before
just
I go to
standing
bed.
on a street.
Every night before I go to bed, I set a reminder.
Well, like it looks really obvious because I'll just be standing on the street holding my phone up, pointing the camera at the lights, and people will be like, "What are you doing?" And buses will drive past and be like, "It's that guy."
Yeah.
But yeah, so next in the news list, ccleaner. Have you heard of that at all?
I think I actually have. Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Do you want me to give my example of how my understanding of how crappy it could be, and you can laugh at me while I do it?
Could be funny.
Could be funny.
I can talk it first.
Okay,
or
yeah, it's up to you.
However you want. It could be more entertaining.
So I'll go my version.
Yeah, sounds good.
So from what I understand, there's a big company that have acquired ccleaner, and in the process of acquiring it, they haven't done their due diligence to see exactly how good the product is, the antivirus product is itself.
Yeah.
Am I right in talking so far?
Do you know which big company it was?
No, I actually don't.
Right.
Sorry.
So it was Avast, and I didn't write down who they bought it off. It was something starting with P. But yeah, they acquired a company.
Didn't do their due diligence.
Made ccleaner, and ccleaner has malware in it.
Yeah.
And so now Avast have this product that causes people to have malware.
And from what I understand, there's a double-sided argument to the people that acquired it saying this was in it beforehand, and the other people saying no, this happened after the fact. But regardless, the company who bought it should have done their due diligence.
Yeah, so it's hard to know with these sort of things. I haven't looked into the finer details of like
Nor have I.
whether it has come out before or after, but it's still, I find it amusing that an antivirus company is now releasing malware.
I think it's pretty funny. I think it's funny, given the some people that we deal with in business don't do their due diligence, especially when it comes to technology. I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Being within technology, I think it's a double fuck up.
The job. So yeah, it just astounds me.
I'm pretty happy that I knew that part of the news, by the way, just for the record.
Yeah. Well, it's been on the news for a bit. So
yeah, okay. Well,
you've had the chance to look it up.
Yes. I've just been so busy with other research.
We've got a listener in the audience that didn't know it, so it's good. So
by the way, audience of 200 people were actually rented out the smaller section of the Michael Fowler Centre, and this is pre-broadcast.
This is not pre-broadcast. I have to announce this is live.
Fully live.
There's no clock. Man, if there was a clock, that would make
that would be very
one of our previous episodes a bit hard. Just one.
Just to prove, I know there's listeners out there. If you want to you can just walk in front right now, whenever you want, and we can.
30 seconds later,
you'll be there.
You'll see yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is live. Or you could potentially look up the Metlink API to see when the railway station number 10 is coming past.
That's not 100% accurate. So.
11, sorry. Well, it's reasonably accurate because you could get.
How quick is that
the
now?
10,
Come on now. How quick is that? How quick is that? He was going quick back there.
Given my estimate, I would say probably 20, maybe.
I'm not sure.
It's always hard to know. When you're on the bus, it feels a lot scarier.
I know my KMPH,
What do you use back in Ireland?
See, we use miles, but we've switched to kilometers. And there was a certain period of time where a lot of cowboys were getting away when they're getting stopped by the police, saying, "Oh, I didn't realize." Well, they realized.
Are you for real?
They definitely realized.
There's quite a difference between
definitely realized
60 miles per hour and 60 kilometers an hour.
Exactly, and they use it from the other end, saying, "Oh yeah, didn't realize," which is absolute bull.
Yeah, you can go 100, so that means 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I think once we fully pledged to the European Union, I think we decided to switch everything.
Yeah,
but I think it's an age thing. My dad would still measure in miles.
Yeah,
but then this is off topic, of course, but when we play golf, he would measure in yards, not meters. Because it's just, you kind of, contradict yourself really with the whole metric system.
Well, I mean, my dad's a bit weird about that sort of stuff. So he was originally from England and he talks about inches and yards a lot. But then when he goes to Subway, where you can get a 6-inch or a foot long, he will give the millimeter measurements for the
That is absolutely crack up.
And the people behind the counter just look at him and be like, "What?
Yeah. I know
like, what do you want? Like, do you want a 6-inch or a foot long? Like, there's two options. You've given me a third. It adds up if I've got a calculator, but
do you remember a couple of years ago where someone in Australia actually measured the footlongs and they weren't a foot?
I do remember that, yeah.
And there was a lot of trouble going on.
Yeah, there was drama there.
And I think they got away with it because it was a branding.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a foot long, not actually a foot long.
Yeah, well, like, what is a foot? Is it the king's foot or is it the imperial foot?
Exactly. I know my dad, if you caught my dad, never in a million years would he say he weighed 100 kgs. It would always be in stone.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a clue what the kg system is, nor will he ever. He's adamant on the stone system.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So has anyone ever done stone?
I don't think we have in New Zealand. In college, that's about it. Yeah. So that guy boy, he took off. Could be another red one. This one, I reckon. This cycle, potentially. We've already got 4. This is doing better than
I think we're doing
week.
pretty good. And to be honest, I would like to say on average we're probably missing, maybe 1 or 2 a show just from the great chat.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I've had some listeners report back saying we failed, but not many. Most of the time we get it. Once we get the automated system, that will
heard it. Failed with buses, but succeeded with chat. The chat is just so superior that most people don't realize.
Yeah.
That's why I tune in every Friday. So that's why it's such a privilege. Again, top on my bucket list.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if we have some time at the end, I'd be happy to go through my bucket list in order.
We might have some time. I don't know. We're 20 minutes in. We've done 1 funny story and 1 real story. Should we get started on another story?
Yeah.
Because I think we've
one of our listeners is actually he's leaving for the day.
Yeah. Ooh, 1 down.
300 to go.
Yeah. What did I open up? Oh yeah, we're working out whether we can talk about stuff. We've got a.
While he's looking up things, I'm going to talk about another thing that grinds my gears, because this is the correct medium to do it on. Another thing that really annoys me is when you walk down the street. I think I was speaking off air last week with my co-presenter that people who just light up a cigarette and just decide to smoke one while you're walking down the street. I think it's happened to me twice today, and don't really want to be smelling like nicotine walking into meetings. It's not exactly the flavor I'm going for. So, if anyone else has the same problems, maybe we could get a petition together. Yeah,
Petition, you reckon?
I think it could be something that could benefit people,
Yeah, potentially.
Who likes the smell of smoke?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, let's go the other way. Sorry, I apologize. Email in, listeners, if you like the smell of smoke.
Or just chat. There is the chat.
There is chat too.
Sorry, I was just opening a beer and he didn't work out my nod saying keep talking.
I was just wanted to hear. I did. But sometimes I think it's relevant to have an awkward silence.
Fair enough.
So anyway, getting on with the news. What's next, Hugh?
So the next one. So someone in the office actually wrote up a interesting thing, which was borderline. How would you say it? Sponsoring, almost. So I should mention that the Bus Factor actually does get the room hire and window hire for free currently. And internet, and we use quite a lot of internet doing this stream. And actually double doing the replay. We'll just put on the replay. And then if we do it
3 times, then it's just we're taking the piss.
Nah, I think it will only do it once because we're only just that.
So we'll replay the replay.
Yeah, so inside we're just replaying the stream, so the stream's getting replay. Oh, actually, we'll keep this replay on. So in the replay, we'll see this bus turning. So that was a tail of red.
Yep, and then this guy just goes for it. Then
just a clear red. So that's 2. Replay worked, and we'll see it again up there on the tail.
This is very necessary. Once again, I just want to mention that this is a world's first. Copyright.
I've just never seen it before. All right, so we'll add 2 to the count. So we're doing pretty good. Stephen will be upset. So Stephen's actually in Platypus Con at the moment. Well, he's in a mall apparently. Real time update. Stephen is in a mall.
What's he asking?
Will we cover his roaming charges?
That is a huge question.
Oh, it's like what? It's probably $30. I'll go halvesies with him. Yeah, I'll go halvesies with him.
Anyway, news. And let me just say on that point, news. So, moving on. What's next, Hugh?
The next news. So we had down here. Oh, yeah. We did have something up on the board that was potentially a sponsor from our boss. But to get into that sponsorship, I'm actually going to talk about something else. So if anyone does bug bounties, they might have noticed in the last couple of days, Dropbox has actually Dropbox has a program on HackerOne where you can make some money finding some bugs. And they've actually tripled their prices. Well, tripled the bounties. Triple. It's actually a lot more than triple from when I first started on the program. It's more like 10 times.
And that's where we got the idea to do a replay within a replay within a replay.
Yeah, potentially. So this triple, you can get $5,000 for finding cross-site scripting anywhere on...
Can I pause you for 2 seconds? Sorry to jump in. How do you feel about these drivers here? That I know they get caught.
They're basically the same as the bus red light runners, but they get caught with pedestrians a lot more because the pedestrians get to cross there straight after their
So you feel they should stop, or you feel they should go through?
Oh, I really hope they would stop because it tends to block the busway and then the buses can't get
so it just creates more congestion.
But I think legally they're not allowed to go because they're already in it, but they've already broken the law by getting into it, so they may as well go once it's clear of pedestrians. They shouldn't mow the pedestrians down. I'm just going to stick clear on that.
Yep.
No mowing pedestrians.
The Bus Factor agrees with that, by the way.
Oh, you can't say what the Bus Factor agrees with.
Well, party included today.
So yeah, Dropbox triple bounties, $5,000 for cross-site scripting. Crazy amount. They also give bonuses, pretty good, for good research. And if you are in the philanthropist mode, you can donate your bounties and they will match your donations. So, say if you find a cross-site scripting, that's 5K. They will match that 5K and it'll go to the donation for HackerOne, whichever one they had at the time.
I like that.
It's pretty cool.
It's very good social. Social. Yeah, it's very good because effectively they are kicking ass, really. Yeah, I don't want to get into the intricacies of it, but it's good. I rate that.
Yeah.
Really. How quick is that now? Come on.
That's pretty quick. I would say that's probably 40.
Yeah, easily.
But I guess talking about bug bounties, that sort of leads me into the topic of this sponsorship. It's not really a sponsorship. I mean, it got put up and I'm happy talking about it because it is good, because there will be some listeners out there that want to improve their hacking skills or get into InfoSec.
Huge.
So my boss has written a reasonably lengthy post on tips and tricks on how to get into the InfoSec.
Lengthy in not in the form of boring, very informative.
Yeah,
let me just say that.
Quite bullet pointed. Like you should do
easy to digest
in this area. So it sort of covers stuff like you should read podcasts. You should read blogs. You should listen to
Can we actually replay that?
We can't do audio replay, sorry.
Huge.
Or this could work. So if none of those cars move, because there's a backup there. That car, that silvery car, will be just stuck there.
Oh, that person did not look left.
Ah, no, they're going. Oh, there more? No, that was just a person. Yeah. So they will. He talks about bug bounties, podcasts that you should listen to, blogs you should read, other materials that you should do. Oh, this guy's stopping.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a turner? There's no space for the turner. Oh, he's going in that lane. So he's going to go on that lane and then just sit there because now he wants to go. Oh, this guy's on a red. We can't actually see him yet. Oh, just
I just don't even know what's going on here.
I want to just tweak the camera maybe very carefully. We can't. So it'll be hard. What if we like rotate down? Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, it's blue tacked as well. Nah, it won't. It won't work. It will come. Cars just aren't able to go.
They're putting on a show for us today, folks.
Oh, can you hear the beeping?
It's just people aren't happy. Life isn't good.
Oh my god! Should we get the camera? I'm gonna live adjust the camera. Live adjust.
This is another for.
There's the bus. There's the bus. Right. So he went on the green, but he was actually there for that entire red cycle.
Just roosting.
We'll bump that up to 7.
Did you put one for that one as well too? Who stopped on it?
So we don't really do the ones coming towards.
Okay.
I don't know if the listeners heard what you were saying because you pulled the mic.
Apologies.
But yeah, we don't really do too much ones coming towards us. We just comment on them because they're harder to tell because we can't see the
actual light itself. Very true.
Yeah. Anyway, podcast. So this blog post. Do you want a blog post? This post is on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn.
Search Simon Howard, you'll find it.
Been received very well by the InfoSec community.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of likes and shares.
I quite like it. I had some input.
Are we allowed to speak about where this came from?
I'm not sure if it's in the blog post.
I'm not sure if it's actually in the blog post itself. I think it's just general guidance. Yes?
Apparently, Manners might see someone whacked by a bus. Is there a person that's just going to run in front of a bus at some point? Oh, I hope not. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, just don't do it. Oh, no, it's a touchscreen.
Oh, no,
we're not sure who that listener is.
Oh, true.
So the one thing I didn't like about the blog post is mention a bunch of podcasts. It did not mention the bus factor.
After my email about inputting it as well too.
And my email and other people in this office's email. apparently it's not worthy.
We can get very technical, but from our point of view, I think. And let me just make I'm just going to make a very bold statement here. You can agree or disagree. I think we would be the perfect avenue for people to get interested into InfoSec. You know, a bit of chat, a bit of banter. They learn a bit, not too much.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wow, I want to delve deeper. And then from that, they can go on to other podcasts. But that shall not be named. That shall not be named.
Find out about the buses.
But they're like, okay, these guys are fun. They know stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon we know stuff. Most of the news that we do go through are pretty good.
A lot of it's world exclusive as well, too.
Yeah.
In New Zealand
not
at the time. Podcast
world
exclusive,
but we're normally the first to get it on.
There it is.
World premiere, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
We are also the world premiere live InfoSec podcast. So we are doing this live at the moment. It is currently 5:31 p.m.
And there is no fluffing about here. We are
New
serious
Zealand
about what we do.
Time.
Yeah, so getting back to the blog, it came from the company that we work for. We've been trying to look for some junior talent coming up in the ranks, and the consensus. Yeah, there it is. That's the word. As a large is that as much as people are interested in security, InfoSec, they may not know exactly what it is required to get into the actual industry.
Yeah,
am I okay with saying that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for people to know what is sort of expected of people. And you can definitely do it yourself, quite easy.
It was a common theme, and again, look, I'm no angel, but a common theme when dealing with people where they didn't have enough time because uni was so time consuming. But a lot of the big thing that the common thing or theme within the industry really is that people are in it as a passion more than a career.
Yeah,
it is a career, but it's a byproduct.
So I've worked in software development as well as InfoSec, and I find InfoSec there's a lot more professional development going on with just all parties within InfoSec than the software development. Not to say people in software development don't try and improve themselves, but there are quite a few people that don't.
Okay, yeah.
Not going to name names.
But that's
they probably won't be listening to this show.
Again, not that you're naming names, but do you say that as in companies or different types of languages? So, do you know what I'm trying? As in, so you're saying some companies don't upskill them, or people, if they learn, say for example, Ruby, they won't bother doing anything else. They'll just stick to whatever it is.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. There's just a bit of not branching in between like disciplines as well. Okay. So, I mean, one of the things I did as a software dev was learn about security, because there is a overlap between software development and security.
Definitely.
Yeah. Should we talk about the next topic?
Yeah, I definitely think we should.
So the next topic is actually something you brought up.
It is. It's something that I found today that I found very interesting. Again, I'm gonna talk on the higher level of things, because if we get technical, I'll look like an idiot. Pretty frankly,
you should do it. You should do it.
I'll make up words.
Words are good. Acronyms can work.
Oh, I think acronyms could work, because I can make up an acronym that sounds legit and people will go, crap, that's a new acronym. Daily basis in my life. So basically, someone has figured out that within an air-gapped network, am I right in saying that so far? Am I going good?
Air-gapped network.
Yeah, within an air-gapped network, they've found that there's externally facing cameras. So effectively what they've been managed to do is transmit information from the air-gap network through the external cameras via infrared lights, signals, which aren't detectable to the human eye, to a device.
Yeah.
How does that sound? That
sounds perfect.
Yeah.
So the technique, they gave it a name. IR, but the I and the R are in capitals. Jumper. So like air jumper, but
okay. Yeah.
IR for infrared. So it does require that the air gap network has to be infected with the malware to use this, but it
Okay.
makes it really easy for, once it is infected, you can infiltrate and exfiltrate data from that network just using IR. So we do actually have a B-roll for this.
Oh, really?
I set it up.
Wow.
So if we switch to this and
Oh, wow.
switch to interact.
I think this might be a bus factor first. Am I right in saying that? Oh, we have B-roll? Okay.
Yeah, we've had some B-roll. This is the first video B-roll.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize.
So what's going to happen in this video is you've got a camera and a car is going to roll up and shine some infrared stuff. So you see in the background there, you can't see any mouses, but in the background there, a car is reversing weirdly, not sure why it's driving forward. And now you should see flashing lights coming from that car. So that is infrared. Which
so
is
the car is equipped with infrared lights.
There'll be some guy in the back with an infrared LED.
Okay.
So it's invisible to naked eye.
That's a seriously big range.
Oh, yeah. Infrared's line of sight, so you can just go however far you can.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn something new.
So that's that. I don't know if they'll replay, so we'll go back to that one. So yeah, it's pretty crazy that you just have to be line of sight with a camera. So like one of those CCTV cameras. Well, what's happening with that bus? Why isn't he going forward? Oh, this is going to cause mayhem. Has he lost a thing? No.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Was there just someone in the
there
front?
was someone there. Look, there's someone there just behind that Matilda now. He was like putting his hand out to allow bus drivers to drive on the road. How nice of him.
That was weird. Oh, how many buses? Replay. So red. So there's just one bus that goes through. I reckon that bus at the end of that line of 5 cars since that first one shouldn't have gone through. So I'm going to count it. I mean, the second one, if it turned red, then I probably wouldn't blame them too much because, the bus randomly stopped and there was heaps of space in front. But yeah, so this air jumper, pretty cool. So I was reading up about it, and you can use that just infrared to either get the camera to send you stuff back from within the air gap network.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. Oh, so you can reverse it.
Yeah, so you can reverse it. And you can also send stuff to the air gap network.
So could you theoretically send it something malicious?
Yeah. Well, so the thing is, there's already something malicious on the network, but you want to get files off it, so configuration, passwords and stuff like that.
But if you could
currently, because it's air gap, there's no way to get any data off because it's not connected to any network. So what we're doing is we're introducing infrared to interact with that network list.
So as a practical application, not that it's practical, would this be used in some cases maybe in a prison or something like that? Or prison? Are they air-gapped prisons?
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, air-gap networks exist. You can make one yourself.
Because, again, this is me at a big stretch here now. So if it were a prison and it was air-gapped, and they were sending... So if someone already had to start the malicious thing...
I mean, technically, by definition, CCTV is meant to be air-gapped.
Okay.
Because it's closed circuit. But
Yep.
people use that term very loosely and doesn't always mean what it means.
But sorry, so I'm going to go down a theoretical path and you can stop me if I'm an idiot. So
I won't.
Okay, good. For the listeners out there. So if you were to do that, someone could start the malicious within say a jail, and then someone's sent it something else after the fact once it's retrieved information to corrupt it even further to say open all the doors.
Yeah, you potentially could do that. So if the prison network is entirely a gap, so there's probably a few networks kind of like that. So you get power plants with SCADA networks and stuff like that, where their control networks are segregated off the normal internet. So air gapped in a way, but you can still kind of tunnel yourself in through various techniques, and infrared is one of the techniques. Yeah. And you could interact with whatever commands needed to, say, open the doors. Oh, you should have told me you were talking about prisons and I could line up that like one prison gate opening sound that's used in all the movies. Yeah, it's from Alcatraz. I was there, but I didn't hear him do it. But yeah, sad.
Till next week, folks.
Well, it's online. I could probably do it live, but live editing's always good. So yeah, there was the camera IR. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So air jumper, look it up. You might need to look up air jumper with camera fixed. Otherwise, you'll just get a bunch of mountain bikers doing air jumps. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Our next topic for the night is actually one from the States. So if people have heard of the US Securities and Exchange Commission, there was a hack there. Quite a good hack. Have you heard of this?
Which one was this? Sorry, is
the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission?
No, I haven't heard of it.
This is the commission. Oh, I think we've got a red light here.
There it is.
He's stopping at the red light.
Oh, what a gent.
Very
He's going to block up the road.
So this is bus 1471. It's a purple one. Oh, what color is purple? Oh, yeah, it's also 5:42 p.m. Bus 1471. The purple. Yeah, that's the Valley Flyer. We've got our local bus expert here. Oh, he's going to do it.
He wants it. He really wants it.
He's thinking about it. Now, we've got another walker.
He's keen.
Because there's actually a green man there. So
I think he's a bit confused, but I think also he understands that, his bus is a certain length and cars need to get past.
Oh no, the car stopped there. Oh, I just hope that
lad's life right now isn't going well.
The car stays there, and then
oh, look, there he goes.
Oh, he goes. Because now should turn green. Yeah, there we go.
And life resumes.
I was watching this the other day, just out the window, and I was like, "This is really like monotonous." You're just watching buses, and like just every couple of minutes there's like a queue, and then it gets released, and then a queue, and it gets released. And I think that's what really excites me about the bus factor is because you see these things that don't fit in with the norm.
System.
Yeah. So you get the ones that are running red lights, or the
it's like a malicious bug of the streets. You're finding bugs on the streets.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, do you remember the golden goose?
I do. Can I tell you about how I remember it?
As a B-roll. How do you
how I remember this and how I tell my grandchildren about this is I think I was out fetching food, and I came back to Hugh's excitement, just going absolutely berserk about something called a golden goose. A made-up word in my head. So anyway, he said, "Ian, watch this replay." Put the replay on. To my amazement, it's true. A golden goose.
Golden goose.
I've never heard.
No other way to
I have
describe
never heard a grown man so excited about a bus.
Wasn't just one person
taking a wrong turn.
It was.
Oh no, it was definitely Hugh. Never in my life. Lady nearly got knocked down there, but that's okay.
It was good.
She's powering on.
Yeah. So SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission in the States. So they're meant to be looking after, if anyone's familiar with the stock market exchange. So when companies have like important announcements like a CEO's resigning, or the accountants think like they're doing shit and they're going to go broke or something like that, they have to announce it like legally. Well, to be part of the market.
So you're saying SEC?
SEC.
Okay.
Yeah, Securities and Exchange Commission. So the companies have to announce it to this place, and this place holds it. And then when the market opens next, they release it. This is my understanding of the stock market. But
very, very in depth, just like mine on the.
What's interesting is, so SEC was hacked, and people have been using this hack to basically trade for profit, because you can use that information to work out whether stock prices are going to go up or down and make money off it. When do you think this was first hacked, Ian?
See, by that, it's either going to be in the future, which is impossible because you're talking about it, or it's going to be a long time ago.
So it's not too long ago. It was first detected by them last year.
Last year?
Last year.
And it's only coming out now?
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
So in August this year, they noticed that people were actually gaming the system because of, we got a bird. So this is the bird. We've got a new listener, so we should explain the birds and the ducks and the geese. So when a car is coming through this, it's a bus only lane, so cars aren't meant to be here. So they're birds. If they turn left, so along the way these cars...
he's going to turn left. He's already indicating.
Oh, he's indicating.
He's good to go.
Can we see it on the camera?
Can you see
it?
Yeah,
we can see the edge.
Oh, you can just see it if you you can just...
he's moving
creeping,
forward because he's scared of that bus behind him. He's like, I know I'm not meant to be here.
And he's realizing, my God, I'm about
this
to be...
is most likely a goose because he will turn left up the street that all the cars...
There's a lot of foot traffic as well too, which is stopping him from...
If he goes straight ahead, he'll be a duck or she. If it is a bus turning left,
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he's taking a wide corner. Oh, will he clip? Nah.
Gone.
So sometimes the bus clip the back. Sometimes. So if a bus makes that turn, which you can't really see, I suppose we could try this turning down technique.
No, that's pretty. I rate that. That's
that's kind of good. We can see kind of the edge. So we can't see the red light now. But that is how far the intersection goes. And one time we saw a bus do that. A bus turn left. And that's what we call a golden goose.
That's why Hugh was so excited. Because not only did he do it, but let me just say for the record, for that bus driver, bravo. The execution...
It was a tight corner.
Seriously good.
I was
didn't mount the curb.
I didn't think it would make it.
Didn't mount the curb. Probably did it with one hand. It was just...
You can just imagine them just...
Just doing that. And he's probably got, the small knob on the wheel that makes it easier to turn so he doesn't get any wrist action. That's what I tell my grandchildren.
But yeah, that's enough of ducks and geese and whatnot. So this SEC hack, it was detected last year. August, it was they noticed that people were trading on information that wasn't meant to be there and making profit.
So can I ask a question, because I actually don't know much about this? Were they using this for insider trading themselves to gain an advantage?
Yeah, so they were doing, is it called insider trading there?
I don't know.
Because it's kind of public. Oh, is that one?
That is serious speed. That was at least 300 kilometers per hour.
So the turners go quick. And so the interesting thing is people don't know, pedestrians crossing that section of the road, they don't know that there sometimes are buses coming.
I know this. It's pretty dangerous. Can I make what's the word? I can't even think of the word right now. Can I make a suggestion?
A suggestion? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's up to the bus factor to whether they want to take it on board. In regards to sound effects.
Sound effects?
How would you feel about getting Owen Wilson's "wow" in as a sound effect?
Wow.
As a sound effect. If we could repeat that for certain things.
I'd have to work on it. We'll probably have to ask him if we can.
This is true. I think he listens, so I think he'd be on board.
Yeah.
I think he'd be on board.
Yeah, I mean, I was having a chat with him last week, and he really likes where the show's going.
Shout out to Big Willie. Good on you, Wilson. Wow.
He's probably going to stop listening now because I'm just...
Yeah, you're blabbering about him. He's like, lads, I said if I'm listening, you're not going to bring me up. That lasted 4 days.
So, yeah. I find it funny that... so, it was found last year. They noticed people using it we'll call it insider trading. I don't think it's technically insider trading. In August this year. And they haven't really done anything about it until recently.
How did it come to light?
So it came out this week.
Did you know how? Was it just a leak from internally?
There's a big, long discussion how it came out.
Oh, okay.
So there's basically a network that they run which takes in all this data, does some analysis. Yep. It's called EDGAR, which stands for Electronic Data Gathering, Analysis and Retrieval.
That's professional, folks. That's taking notes.
Yeah. the bus factor has actually started taking notes in the last couple of weeks.
We bought Post-its. Now you know we're agile.
Oh, don't tell the boss, because really the boss bought Post-its. I've just been using them. I think I'm the only one using Post-its in the entire office.
Shows we're pretty agile. If people come in, we know what we're doing. We put Post-its on walls and things.
But yeah, so all companies have to basically post all their information.
That was very quick.
That bike is not meant to be there.
And that bus is hooning, as they say.
Oh,
in New
yeah,
Zealand.
definitely. But yeah, hopefully, so the latest article I read was SEC didn't have any comment. Or that might have been
They never
story.
do they?
Yeah.
They never do.
They're basically like, yes.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
We've made money, shut up. It's basically the moral of the story.
Yeah.
That's me filling in for Stephen, by the way, just being anti everything right now.
Ooh. He does like us having the back and forth banter of one of us is right, one of us is wrong, and then we like kind of swap. Well, not like right and wrong, but like both sides of the coin. So like playing a devil's advocate, which I think does make for better listening.
Definitely. Definitely, because, you know, someone's going to be listening that's on my side. Somebody's going to be listening on yours. You know, it's like you watch Top Gear. Somebody loves Richard Hammond and somebody hates Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
A lot of people.
You know? And then James May just kind of sits in the background and is a jolly English fellow who just gets away with scot-free.
Pretty much. So we got 2 stories left and 8 minutes left in our block.
Can I just say, just before we get on to the next story quickly?
You wanted to do your bucket list, didn't you?
Oh, I do want to do my bucket list, but I want to do something else quickly as well too. I just want to all the listeners out there, I want to let you know that look, your viewing is actually going to be highly enhanced with HD next week, due to daylight savings. So by this time next week, it's still going to be very bright. My
phone will tell me what the time is, right?
It better. If it doesn't, you might want to get a new phone.
Since the invent of phones that just automatically update time, I just forget when daylight savings is.
But yet still everyone kind of freaks out and says, shit, I hope my phone does it because I got work tomorrow. You know, everyone's like, shit, is it actually going to do it?
Well, work is important. Like, you got to turn up for stuff.
Is it a valid excuse? Write in, please. I'd like to know, is it a valid excuse that, daylight savings, I didn't realize?
Well, you're only going to be out an hour. So I guess if it's, if you're turning up to work an hour late, you can probably make it up. But if you're missing a meeting that's meant to be at a certain time, then that's probably bad.
Yep. Anyway, I digress. I just want to let the listeners know that visibility will be 100% this time.
Yeah. We haven't got the windows clean in quite a while, like 8 episodes, so 8 weeks. So
it's pretty good.
That's quite a while. But if you support us on Patreon, we might wash the windows a bit more regularly. And
can I just say, I would definitely envisage the window cleaner that's walking past here with his family going, see those 2 windows up there? I clean those 2 randomly.
I think Stephen saw him last week, like on the show. He was like, is that the window cleaner guy? He's like cleaning down there. I'm like, oh, should I send him a message?
Oh, crack up.
Anyway, so we got 2 stories. We'll go through them reasonably quickly. So the first one I found kind of interesting. It just popped up on my feed. So everyone knows about robots.txt. It's a file you put on your website that says search engines don't look at my shit. There's another one called, well, there's not another one. There's a proposal for one called security.txt. And it's meant to be human readable, not machine readable. And it's basically showing the security points of contact, how people at that company want to disclose things. So whether full disclosure or like 30 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, etc., etc. Whether they have a Hall of Fame page. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty interesting thing. So that might come out in some time. I mean, there's already other tools.
So is it an extension or something you actually have to put in yourself?
So it's basically just a file in the root of your website.
Okay.
So you don't have to have it there, but if you have it there, it's like kind of it's good practice. So there have been other projects that do similar stuff, like on GitHub. You have a security.md or bugbounty.md. just showing, hey, I do bug bounties. Like, this is where you should report stuff, and this is how we'll treat you.
Okay. So sorry. I thought So you're saying that this stops you from being searched. I apologize.
So the robots.txt stops you from being searched.
Can you reverse that to make sure you get to the top of the list?
Well, no, you want to stop certain things from being searched.
Okay. No, I'm just a genuine query because, the Google and PageRank and all that. Can you reverse that?
Well, so you say what you don't want searched.
Oh, okay.
Searched.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that helps.
Sorry, folks. I'm just learning while listening, while talking.
No worries. But yeah, that was just my little interesting thing that I thought was, well, there was a car coming from the bus lane.
Hooning.
That was interesting. So there was a reverse duck.
Yeah, it was. He was just taking the piss.
I don't think we've seen this on the bus back. It does happen from time to time.
We've got 3 word firsts tonight.
But yeah, I guess we could get on to our last story of the night. I didn't really put these in order apart from the order that I read them. So this was a senator in the States. He's recently written a letter to 4 different companies, quite big. You might have heard of them. AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and I only wrote down 3 of them. It's basically the big 4 telcos. So what's the other one? T-Mobile, yeah. Sorry, it's a post-it note. I ran out of space on the line.
4 of the biggest companies ever, but I only have 3.
So this
you have to guess the last one, folks.
Ron Wyden from Oregon, he wrote a letter to all of the CEOs of those 4 companies, basically asking whether they're doing shit right. Now, the reason why...
Security-wise?
Security-wise.
Just
so
making sure for the listeners out there.
The reason why this came up was... So there's basically a suite of protocols called the SS7, which is what's used in telephony a lot. So all these big 4 companies will have networks using SS3 protocols, SS7 protocols.
Shout out to Steve.
Minus the 20. So there's been a lot of hacks in this sphere for quite a while, and people were a bit like, are the telcos actually going to do anything to stop it working? So there's kind of pseudo firewalls that you can put in place to stop a lot of these attacks happening. There's also, you could just get penetration tests done on your network, your SS7 networks. You can also potentially get the government to look at your network. And so this senator is basically asking all these companies, are you getting external pen tests done? Or are you using any firewalls to stop any of these known SS7 attacks? Or are you letting the Department of Homeland Security, the DHS, inspect your network to see whether it's up to scratch? And they've given all these 4 companies a deadline of October the 13th. So I guess once we get to that tape, we'll have a bit more.
Does it mention where he got the idea from to even get in touch with him in the first place?
I think there were
a case
potentially people writing into him saying, I'm worried that the telcos are snooping my traffic or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, hard to know.
I just like to know sometimes where they get the, oh shit, I better do something. You know? Because I know it's in the frame of mind these days with a lot of people. And I think I was having a discussion.
Politicians definitely bring up stuff
hugely, and I was having
very timely based.
Huge. I was having a conversation recently with SS23 about this, and I think maybe one of the big reasons as to why judges don't want to be the first to cast a spell is because it would set a precedent, and they would be known for that precedent, whether good or bad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they're just like, shit, I better not make the first jump.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting into politics, but yeah, case law just makes things a bit interesting, and it gets tied to that, and it lasts forever.
And they'll be known as the first person to do that, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, we got a bird here.
Is he going to do it? I don't know if he's going to go...
So that
late. That's even late indicating. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, yeah. So that's a goose, but it's a tight goose. Oh, there's people crossing as well.
Granddad, the poor granddad.
Yeah, so he shouldn't have been crossing, but also the car shouldn't have been turning.
I wonder who'd win there in a fight.
Hard to know.
in legal terms.
So that's all our story, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you have anything more you wanted to go? Not your bucket list.
Not my bucket list?
We don't have time.
Okay, can I just say one of the things on my bucket list is to play a game of dodgeball against Vince Vaughn.
Yeah?
So if he's listening...
he might be. If,
you know?
Owen Wilson was...
If anybody has tips
watching.
as well, too, to lick my elbow...
To lick your elbow?
Yeah, I can't lick my elbow. It's on my bucket list. I can't do it.
Just get someone else to lick it.
Yeah, but me. Do we have any stretches? Email, please.
Please don't. So anyway, that's the bus factor. See you next week.
Thank you.